So many kittens. Hey guys, welcome to Console Choice. I'm Mark. And yes, we have an actual cozy Zelda game. What makes it cozy? Well, obviously there's that cutesy, cartoony art style and a number of other things that contribute to an overall feeling of wholesomeness, which I'll get to in a minute. But when I really thought about it, the combat is a huge part of what makes this a game that I can just sit down with a hot chocolate and a blanket and sink some time into. Let me explain. You know, in Tears of the Kingdom, or Breath of the Wild of course, you're running around the world, maybe it's early game, maybe you've only got 5 hearts and you haven't found out how to upgrade your gear yet. Maybe you've only got 4 weapons and 3 of them are sticks. But the world is so vast and beautiful that you're just lost in the joy of exploration and oh, what the hell is that? And it's coming right at you. And you know you're going to have to fight it, even though it's going to one-shot you back to the Shrine of Resurrection. Well, Echoes of Wisdom isn't like that. Its combat is done through the Echoes system, where you use copies of enemies you've already defeated to fight for you minion style. Then you add your newly defeated enemy's soul to your collection. Now what this means is that very quickly I found myself joyfully seeking out new enemy types so that I could increase my horde of monster servants. This different approach to combat has altered the entire way I approach exploration. From the usual thinking, oh crap, how do I not die? And instead thinking, how can I defeat this thing? Means I'm looking at new enemy encounters as a puzzle to solve, rather than an actual fight. It completely removes that nervous tension or indeed all-out stress of finding a new monster and keeps me engaged in the world itself. And that world, rendered in this clay toy aesthetic, is a Hyrule that anyone who's played a Zelda game will feel at home in. There's the now very familiar areas of Hyrule Castle and Town, Kakariko Village, Gerudo Desert and so on, but arranged in a nice new layout to explore while adding plenty of new or revamped areas to discover. In these areas you'll find classic Zelda music, but newly arranged for Echoes of Wisdom, so it's never just a case of they've copied and pasted the music you remember from old games. My favourite musical tidbit that really put a smile on my face was after the 4th dungeon when Zelda no longer has to conceal her identity from everyone. The intro for the Hyrule Field theme completely changes as they work Zelda's lullaby into a grand opening before launching back into the main theme. The whole game oozes wholesome energy. The side quests are all about making people's lives just a little bit easier, and the settlements are just full of cutely animated birds, dogs, and so many cats. And the best part? There are many unlockable outfits for Zelda, and one side quest has you trying to find an old man's cat for him, by getting an outfit that allows you to talk to the cats so you can bring his cat home to him. Later, there's even a cat that asks you to get a nice smoothie for their human friend, to say thank you for trying to catch that cat some fish. Precious. There's plenty of collectible items in the game, from smoothie ingredients, stat boosting accessories, and gems that allow you to upgrade Link mode, which is a nice addition that lets you fight Link style with sword and bow at the expense of an upgradable energy bar. Heart pieces make a triumphant return, and some of the puzzles made me feel genuinely clever when I solved them. And yes, there are even dungeons which feel like the old games. It all brings a nice warm glow to my insides. Lovely. Now yes, there's a couple of flaws in the game. There are some frame rate drops that, well, frankly, they'll either bug you or you won't even notice them. And for me personally, the Echo Select menu is a bit fiddly. It fills up really fast, and it can take a while to find the one that you actually want. These are not problems that are big enough to spoil anything. At the end of the day, what Nintendo have done here is make an old school Zelda game that will feel wonderfully familiar and comforting to existing fans of the series. But they've also managed to make something genuinely new and original. It's madness. I think it might be in my top 5 now. Thank you very much for watching Console Choice. I'm Mark. Have a relaxed, cozy day.